So this is the Igneous rock chart, and it's a little confusing, but I'm going to try to break it down for you. I'm going to use the markup tool and highlight different areas so that it's a little bit easier to see. So remember we talked about extrusive rocks, that they're volcanic and they cool on the exterior of the earth. Those follow all the way across this way. Okay, so that means your extrusive rocks are going to be all of these rocks in this section, but that also goes hand in hand with the texture that we have here and the crystal size. So these extrusive rocks are going to have non-vesicular or vesicular gas pockets. They can be glassy or fine, and their crystal size is going to be like so small it looks non-crystalline, or it's going to be like less than a millimeter. So they're itty bitty, teeny, teeny, tiny. Okay, and now you have your intrusive rocks. These ones cooled inside of the earth. Okay, so your crystal size is going to be non-vesicular, so there's no gas pockets, and you're going to have it be coarse or very coarse because your crystal size is going to be from 1 millimeter to 10 millimeters, or this one for these big ones, it's going to be 10 millimeters or larger. So it can be 1 centimeter all the way up to being something that's really large. Okay, so that's working this chart from left to right. This chart also works up and down. So let me use blue. So we're going to go over onto this Felsic side. So everything over here is going to be lighter in color, lower in density, and Felsic in composition. So these rocks right here in this section vertically, obsidian, pumice, vesicular rhyolite, granite, and pegmatite are all going to be light in color, low in density, and Felsic in composition. They also are going to include these minerals as well. Okay, so they're going to have potassium feldspar, quartz, some plagioclase feldspar, some biotite, and some amphibole. Now, over here on this side, you have these rocks. These are all going to be your mafic rocks. They're darker in color, they're higher in density, and they're mafic. So they're rich in iron and magnesium. So these are all your mafic rocks over here. You've got basaltic glass, you've got scoria, vesicular basalt, diabase, gabbro, peridotite, and dunite. These guys right here are different and sectioned off a little bit because of the minerals that they contain. These ones only contain olivine and pyroxene. Dunite only has olivine. The rest of these guys can have a mix of plagioclase feldspar, pyroxene, a little bit of biotite, some amphibole, and there is some olivine tied in there. Okay, so these are your mafic rocks, and these ones over here are your felsic rocks. Then you have your guys down the middle. So these ones down the middle right here are kind of your in-betweens. They've got dark and light color. Their density is in between being high and low, and they're mafic and felsic in composition, kind of a mix. It's like salt and pepper almost. So you're going to have vesicular andesite, and diorite. Vesicular andesite is different because it does have, if you follow this across over here, it has vesicular gas pockets. Okay. And that just means that there's little bubbles that you can feel them when you see the rock. Or if you look at the rock close up, it looks like it does have little gas pockets that got solidified into it. So this is the scheme for igneous rock identification. If you notice over here, you also have the percentages of how much much of the minerals is included in it. That is going to be a whole totally different lesson that we're not going to worry about right now. So, extrusive, intrusive, outside of the earth cooled, inside of the earth cooled, small texture, large texture. Okay, that's working from left to right, and then up and down. This side is felsic, low density, light in color. Everything on this side, darker in color, higher density, is going to be considered mafic. Something that's considered ultra mafic will be your dunite and your peridotite usually. So this is your igneous rock chart. You need to know how to use this one.